Hey, okay, I'll admit this training's got me a little hot under the collar, but that's just because a career in hazardous waste operation and emergency response is serious business. So with that said, who's really responsible for keeping workers, and heck, anyone else on site, safe? Well, first, it's the responsibility of employers to train their workers on job hazards. In most cases, proper safety gear is to be provided by the employer. When selecting and replacing PPE, you got to consider how the materials and types of gear are going to contribute to heat stress. We already talked about how wearing a face mask or respirators typically a heat-related risk factor. Employers also need to be patient with workflow when prioritizing rest and hydration, or for longer jobs, acclimatization periods. You've got to be super watchful during the first few days when working in warm or hot environments. That way you'll give workers' bodies time to build a tolerance to the heat load. Shorter shifts, decreased workloads, and alternative time schedules are going to be a part of this. Again, you got to be sure to train new employees on prevention and how to identify the signs of heat strain before they begin work. Awareness isn't just the responsibility of an employer or supervisor. Everyone involved in the work should be part of the creation and revision of any job safety analysis, a JSA, where job tasks are broken down by hazards and then how to avoid them. Then keep asking the right questions. Hey, who's monitoring the temperature and humidity? Are you wearing your PPE properly and consistently? Is there a way to use equipment to limit this strenuous work? Find the work smarter, not harder life hacks of your tasks. How about checking in with your designated buddy or being in uninterrupted communication with spotters and attendants? Speaking of communication, all personnel need to be ready to call 911 immediately. I'm sure you knew that already. Have you been trained on first aid yet? Well, look, be prepared to administer burn care. In the event of illnesses like heat stroke or exhaustion, the victim's got to be cooled right away. Whenever possible, you should do this with water or ice on the neck, armpits, and groin areas. If that's not possible, and if it's safe to move them, help the victim into an air-conditioned or at least a shaded area. Make sure you don't leave the worker until help arrives. These procedures should all be part of your workplace's heat-related illness prevention program and emergency plan.